Start things off with a yawn. Good evening, everyone. It is Sunday, April 28th, 2013, and this is Team Fortress Lessons with Atomsk. That's me. So we're going to be continuing our look at the ESEA LAN, looking at every demo that we've got. So, today we're going on to the upper bracket second set, which was the Chess Club versus Classic Mix-Up. And in both of those maps that were in that set during that match, Ruin kind of shined and stole the game. So we're going to take a look at him and see what he did so right on Process and Metalworks. So we're going to watch two demos, because they both pertain to the same player. I'm going to fix my camera, which is now straight. Wow, not even close. Jesus. So we're going to take a look at Ruin and those two maps, watch the demos, and then we're going to take some questions, have some feedback, and look at the YouTube questions from the last video. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to take a look at the stats from those games. The first game on Process, Ruin got 67 points, put out 7,872 damage, which was more than anyone else in the whole game, including both demo men. 27 frags, and died 10 times. So that's pretty decent. But on Metalworks, he won least deaths, most capture points, most frags, and most dominations. He had 55 points, more than any player in the whole game, including both medics. Put out 6,000 damage, by and far the most. Got 28 frags and 7 deaths. So that's pretty good. So I don't really have much to say about that. Ruin's just the best. So let's go just jump into this game and take a look at what he can show us. Oh, and of course I forget to load the game up first. So it looks like it's going pretty quick, actually. Ruin. Here we go. So, right, speed through this pause and then this rollout. Let's see what he does in the first mid. Oh, yep. Super slow for some reason. They didn't even fight that mid-fight. And they're even a little behind on Uber. I wonder what happened. Well, it doesn't really matter, because they're pushing right on in now. And they forced them out a second without even having to pop Uber. One thing I've noticed about Mix-Up is they like to start their engagements with Ruin. Like, obviously the Uber Scout is a thing, but I mean just even their just slow pushes, they'll just lead with Ruin. And I don't know, not sure I really agree with that so much, but let's quicken up on the respawn here. Another thing I noticed is that was not good for Mix-Up, by the way, but we're gonna ignore that for a second. And I want to point out how Ruin is always one of the players who responds to Harblu's calls of being someone acting aggressively on him, and you're going to see that a lot through these games. Is that as soon as something happens to Harb, the medic, Ruin immediately turns around and deals with it. So I kind of want to coin Ruin's playstyle as aggressive passivity, where he plays very reactionary, not engagement style. Like, he lets them respond, or like act, and then he reacts. See, he knows he's not even the focus of that push, so he just prevents anything from flaking them. That's really important, especially when you're on Kritzkrieg, because you know your medic doesn't even get the benefit of being invulnerable, so you have to be extra vigilant about protecting against the roots that aren't being focused by the Kritzkrieg. And look, leading this push right through choke. Well, obviously they wiped, so it doesn't really matter there, but. Oh, right there on crit still. I was gonna say, I wonder if they do the ruin push again. But that would have to be pretty ballsy to lead a scout crit spree. Even that last push, you can see how passively he pushed into there, like hiding along these crates, just ducking his way in as the focus was on other players and not getting focused. See, letting his action scout engage first, and then pushing the way that doesn't, you know, have any scouts or soldiers on it, but then he reacts to, you know, his medic going, like, being under pressure.
Time has been added. Alert! The control point is being captured.
Okay, watch how he does sniper last. It's not like most people who will do sniper, like go sniper on last. He knows that they have a huge uber disadvantage. So watch this. He takes one shot. There's the shot, and then there's the uber. And then he immediately switches back to scout. And as usual, I forget to execute my spectate config. But I want to talk about why that's good. Now, he was basically sniping from the spawn door, and he took that one shot because he didn't actually like, it didn't seem like he expected to get the headshot like on the medic, and a quick headshot wouldn't really kill anybody with overheal. But the reason that that's good is because the medic on the other team basically has to pop uber. Like, when there's a sniper out, they risk dropping the whole time they haven't popped into enemy territory. And then his job is basically done at that point. Like, most people, when they go sniper to defend last, like, they'll just stay on it. Like, when the enemy team already has uber, they'll just stay on it and try to snipe as their, like, actual last defense. But that's not particularly good. It's almost just like having, like, sticky trap above the door, which means that they have to pop through it. Only there's no way to clear a sniper out of a doorway, like, by just shooting a rocket into it first. Look how he won't put any pressure on until he's got, like, teammates with him. And he also wants to be part of this combo because he's getting calls that they're holding really far back, I'm assuming. Yeah. So in case they need to Uber their scout to get in really deep. I think the appropriate action is to push the opposite lane where there's not a lot of pressure. If they're not running a sniper, there's no reason to, like, I don't know, push right into them. They should pressure the point and make them come down. But Ruin gets picked, and that obviously means that they can't hold the second point, so mix-up backs all the way up. Okay, Ubers are exchanged. What do you do as a scout in this situation? Oh, apparently you get a flash. You go pressure their combo, obviously. Don't do that. That's a Ruin play. That's a never miss player. Derp. And then just cleaning up the shots. No, that's not right. Alright, let's speed up through this. Alright, how do we handle this next mid-fight? Keep in mind, Mix-Up has lost the last two mid-fights. So now he's playing extra passive. Just on the rock. He doesn't want to deal with any shenanigans dropping their med. So basically, standing there announcing, I dare you to jump me. Jump my medic. And they get their wipe, finally. Let's speed through this. They really should just get second. Yep. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Huge Uber advantage. They're going to try and kite it. This is a good situation to Uber your scout in. Drive it right into their bats. It's fastest player you've got. And in case you're wondering why Ruin didn't focus the demo in that situation, is because they know that their medic has Uber advantage now. And so even if they wipe, their medic has to die. Well, let's speed through the halftime here. I don't think it's particularly long.
The control point is being captured. Alert. Our control point is being alert.
So yeah, Ruin is definitely dominating this game so far, but he's not being particularly aggressive. He's dominating in, like, by being, like, flank denial or, like, medic pick denial. Ugh. And then Chess Club are just super slow again. I don't know what's happening with them. Holding this flank with a bit of pressure, but not overextending into it. The distinction is important. And Davey, we're going through the demos in order played. Like, we're watching, like, the MVP of each one. Not all today, but oh, the fadeaway pick. That So Ubers are exchanged. Whoa. I love how he never stays in the same fight for too long either. Like, he doesn't want, like, to become the focus. Like, he'll get a kill and there'll be people in front of him still, and he'll just go to fight somewhere else because he doesn't want to fight in situations where people are, like, trying to fight him. Not necessarily. If he ever runs into a 1v1, he has a pretty high chance of getting the win, but, you know, like in a combo fight like that. A little bit too much building. And I assume your name is pronounced Zoki. You can stick around if you want. We've got like an amazing medic match to watch too later on down the line. Ooh. Yeah, that was not a great push. Arb trying to do it up. Oh, that halftime color switch. It'll mess with you. Ugh. Ugh, that is not a place for a team fight. Alright, this is the last round. This approaches this mid-fight very passively. Not even like progressing onto the rock or behind it, but still in choke. I think he was appropriately punished for that. Like, I guess maybe their demo was slow that round, but yeah. It just looked bad. It looked sloppy. I can't believe they took mid off of it though. That's incredible to me. See, he engages when they're not expecting him, and then he ducks out. He ducks out, and he's like, "Oh no, you don't get to fight me." Well, JK, popping your Uber. True scout mentality. Shoot the people who don't want you shooting at them. In the back. Shooting at somebody fighting your combo. Trying to flank. Oh, both soldiers are looking at me. Duck down, go around. Here he's getting quite aggressive.
The control point is being contested.
Normally you'd have like an explosive class hold the choke and let the scouts cap, but notice in these even Uber situations, he holds the flank. He doesn't want anything to trigger his team's Uber early. Peeks in with teammates. Not alone. Well, he's alone now. Ooh, and he gets punished for it. But yeah, definitely go for those 2v1s. YZ going for a demo pick for some reason. Probably would have been better served with the med. So what do you do when you're one down as a scout and the other team has a lot of Uber? Well, I suppose you can just build, but they really ought to just push right in now and take second. Whoa. Big trap from Platinum. Now suddenly it's a 3v6.
Our control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being captured.
Ooh, traded. I feel like he's tapering out at the end of this round. Not agreeing with some of these decisions. But again, coming back to help out his medic. The aggressive passivity scout.
Our control point is being captured.
Running over stickies. Oh, the backstab. interesting play. Peeks in, knows that their medic has a lot of uber advantage, but there's 3 explosive classes with them. So he surfs out here and wants them to not push out to mid by giving them the access to the information that, oh, you have a scout behind you. If you push out to mid, you might have some issues. Unfortunately, there's like a respawning scout along with like a scout coming back to chase him, so he got kind of caught out. That delayed that push a little bit though. Wants that buff before he does anything. Yep. See, I think he would be better served not playing in the choke like that. You know, being on the flank.
The control point is being captured.
You know, like he did before, just playing over here, keeping anyone from coming in, and then when the combo comes in, you know, you're in a position where they're already in front of you and you have a lot of space to maneuver. But right here, you get caught out with splash for everything. It's not really the best of times. So they know they're at a disadvantage. Yep. Just get behind them. Oh.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Definitely a much better situational read. Yeah, unfortunately, he was standing right here, right as the Uber came in, but he was able to, you know, like I said before, use the terrain, you know, to kite around and be where they couldn't hit him, instead of right in the silly little choke. So that's the first game, and I think we can see that Ruin makes some decisions based on the fact that he's Ruin and not not just somebody. But also he makes some really good decisions. There were a couple of mistakes, but you know, you never know. It might have been one of those games at LAN where you know, it was like 6 in the morning or something and he just barely got enough sleep after getting drunk. Who knows? But let's watch the second game because the stats on this one were ridiculous. On that Ruin cam. Alright, let's roll through this mid fight. Oh yeah, very aggressive passivity here. Don't want to fight anybody that's trying to fight you. Let me examine that movement. So, plan here. Move up. See the soldier jumping. Back up. Take a shot at him. Run through. Get the med. Fight the soldier. Yeah. Never really much of a stand-up fight, which is ideal when you have the least health on your team. Build that Uber up. And prepare to move. Ooh, Kritzkrieg. So, Kritzkrieg immediately moves to the flank in order to keep that from what happened to him from happening to his medic. Counter crits, unfortunately. Not the norm.
Our control point is being captured.
So they switch to Uber. And they know the enemy team has crits. Oh, they've got it. Should be pushing in. Look how far back he is. He's not gonna get hit with a crit anything. Oh, now he comes in. They want to stuff it. Oh, the air hots.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Ruin Uber. Yeah, chase. Scout Ubers are excellent for engaging people who are trying to run away from you and already have some distance. And now look, he's in a position to flank. I remember this part. Just boom. Oh, the cleanup. Oh my lord. Good. Avoid the long-range pistol when you have 6 health. There's something we can learn from Ruin. When you have 6 health, avoid getting shot with a pistol. Yes, that is definitely frag movie worthy. Speed up to the Ubers. Alright, come in the flank side. Check the corner. Get that shot off. So now he's kind of lit prior to this push. It looks like Uber has gone off on his team. No kills, and just now the enemy Uber is going off. So they're in like a bad situation at the moment. Yeah, I would say he's kind of a non-factor in that last fight. Looks like I might clean this up though. Or maybe not. Big disparity in the Uber charges though because of Hard Blue living. Which he tends to do. He's a very good medic. Oh. Look at the way he sharks these doorways, trying to find the one that they're not looking. Trying to find that hole in the defense. I don't like that. Like, he was in position to push from the left fine. Is that 1-0? Yeah. That was a long first round. Alright. So passive. Oh, they're the soldier bombs. Time to shoot them out of the air and then go clean up their med. Look at how strong delaying your aggression is. Something I learned from Romer is that for mid-fights, speed isn't all it's cracked up to be. Misdirection is much better.
Alert. The control point is being captured. Time has been added. The final control point is being contested.
Yeah, that's just what Uber advantage will do.
The final control point is being
Ooh,
contested.
wow, good hold from Chess Club actually. Fortunately, Harb lives again
Our control point.
and gets a 2K before succumbing to that push. Wow. They're gonna try and take last off that, and rightfully so, I think.
Alert. Our last control point is being captured.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Harb won that round by getting a 2K on the way out of that last. Good job, Harb Blue. Pistol. Here's the soldier jumps. Time to start scattering out of the air. That soldier did not even stand a chance. Ooh, flank scout though. Oh no. Drop their demo. Wow, that was a very close mid, actually. So these Ubers are like basically close enough that I don't think there would be an advantage read from mix-up, because both medics died in the mid-fight. Ooh, catch that demo out, and that's gonna signal some aggression from mix-up. Oof. Oh yeah. Oh, the meat shots. Just already at last, that's... yeah. Harb trolls her in with a bit of Uber. And there's the half. I imagine we'll see some more pistol action on this mid-fight. Treats this kind of like Granary. Switches targets as soon as he becomes the focus of Demo's aggression. I think the assumption is that if they're looking at me, I should run away because they're not looking at one of my teammates who's going to shoot them, and I should shoot somebody who's looking at my teammates. And that looks like exactly what happened, because that was like a full wipe, and like everyone on mix-up stayed up. Oh, and here comes the scout Uber. Again, Uber v no Uber, let's throw the scout through and get him in very deep so he can do a lot of work when he doesn't have to worry about their Uber. I think that's very smart. Oh, Platinum in dire straits there.
Alert. The control point is being captured. Time has been added.
Wow, this is uncharacteristic, actually, I think. I don't know what signaled this aggression, because, it's kind of, like, against what I've been seeing out of Ruin, both of these games. And he's playing really hesitantly now because he knows that nobody went this way, and so he's watching for the flank. Oh, and now he's actually going to go through it. Oh, Kritzkrieg. Let's see. A little bit subpar there from him, but doesn't matter. His team managed to clean it up. That's the game. Well, I think one of the things that we learned from watching this was that, fortunately, when you never miss, you can make some mistakes and still be okay. But there's also a lot to scout that is a little more subtle that we saw too. You know, like the delayed aggression. Like, I think a lot of scouts get into the habit of being like almost like pyro mentality, like kind of W plus M1E, because they want to go in, they want to get the frags, they want to fight. But if you can delay that aggression, like pent it up inside you and use it and wait for that right moment and look for those openings, I think you'll do a lot better, because especially because it's going to help your team stay alive, especially your medic. If you're holding and waiting for that perfect opportunity, like, and holding those doorways, eventually, you know, like, one of the enemies is going to make a mistake and overextend into you, and then you're going to get a free pick, which is going to signal the time to get that aggression out. And also, just in general, having a scout around your medic when you can shoot soldiers out of the air is really potent. I'm going to pull up my YouTube, and we're going to look at the questions from the last video, number 20, where we watched Lansky do some pocket soldiering on Granary. Let's see. All comments. I have 12 today. Hooray. Yo, Atomsk, would you recommend using a crouch jump script on Scout? I'm used to pressing crouch on my own, but some dude told me to give it a try. In regard to settings, like personal configs and stuff, the rule of thumb is to really just do whatever feels natural to you and just get used to it, become pro at doing that. I don't generally recommend doing crouch jumps because, having a crouch jump script, because it sort of takes some of the control out of your hands, and if you ever want to just do a regular jump, it'll hurt your mechanical understanding of what you're doing a little bit. But I don't know, I know some scouts use it, and there's not really a definitive reason not. I have some of the longest configuration files that have all the weirdest binds, and it just works for me. Before the stream this video started, people were asking me what my sensitivity was and what my 360 per inch is, and it's so high. I move my mouse an inch in my 360. I have the highest sensitivity in TF2 maybe, and it's just what I learned, what I've been doing for years, and I just got good at it. And people will tell you oh, you need a low sensitivity, not too low, but low enough that you can aim at things, and it's really just what you get used to. So I hope that answered your question. Why don't you make a Steam group and then put a post on when you are streaming? James Sunderland, that is a really good idea. I should probably do that. On YouTube, when I post this video and upload it, I am going to have a link to a Team Fortress Lessons Steam group, and I'll post an announcement for when the lessons will be streamed live. Your 4080p looks like 360. That's mean. My internet is bad, and I have to use low settings. It sucks that Justin had some awful hit registration in his match. Not a question. You keep calling Fully Torqued the chess club, Atomsk. Yeah, I know. I was making a mistake. Could you do a Banny review against Mix-Up? Let's see what is in the cards coming up in terms of that. Banny is on HRG. He was never in the lower bracket. HRG versus Mix-Up. We have 4 rounds of that. And the last one on Viaduct is Banny. So yes, we are going to watch some Banny versus Mix-Up. We will watch a episode of that. Did you ever upload your spectator config? I'm still interested in it because it seems like it would help a lot of players when going over their own demos. That is something that I suppose I could put up to. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to post that yet because I want to make it. I want to review it and make it in such a way that it won't mess up people's configs when they use it, because mine is specifically done to be for me, and the problem is there are settings in it that will mess up your regular gameplay if you don't have other configs to fix it, to go back and forth from spectate to not. Is there a reason you turn off Gibbs when playing demos? No, I don't change any settings when I watch demos. I'm playing it exactly how I see it in game when I play, except that I have a button that activates view models. I usually play with view models off. I'm not looking at the chat yet. I'm answering these questions in YouTube because I'm going to get to the chat questions in a minute. Last one. I play Highlander Division 3 Pyro, and I'm learning Roamer for a new/fun 6v6 team. Is there a general rule of thumb for when I should or should not go Pyro when defending last? Are there times going heavy would be more beneficial? Thanks. Generally, I would say heavy is more beneficial at last. So the rules for holding last are: keep your explosive classes up. You really want a demo and at least 1 soldier. I think 2 soldiers is really helpful too. If you're going to go 1 off class, you go 0 or 1 off classes if you're equal Uber or have Uber advantage. You need 1 scout to push out and have the good cap time on your second point. The huge part of pushing out of last is having a scout and capping the next point quickly, because the back cap is so fast. I know this isn't answering your question yet, but soldiers and demomen are fast and they have a lot of utility. That's why they're used in general. Like, I mean, that it just all in all, you use soldiers instead of heavies because they're strong and they can move instead of just one of those two. Heavy is really strong at last because he doesn't need to move. Like, he doesn't have to get out of. He doesn't have to move around a lot. He can just be strong and static. The problem with is that once you need to bring him up to the next point, like, he's slow. So it's good to have a scout be heavy generally, because once he goes back into spawn and goes to scout, he can get back to the front lines really quickly, although there is a delay. If your enemy has uber advantage, then it's a good time to be pyro, depending on the last, what map it is. Granary last is kind of not so great for pyro, because unless you're going to play up on the doors with, but then you don't want to do that anyway because of uber advantage. No, Granary last is bad for pyro, because the whole point of pyro is that he can do something to the uber. He can push it back and keep it away from his team. You're basically, remember when we talked a couple lessons ago about spending stuff to get stuff, using your resources? You spend numbers, you spend a pyro, one of your players, to buy you time against their uber, maybe even negating their whole uber. If they want to push in after the pyro dies, 6v5, that's their prerogative. But it's better than having their uber just come in uncontested and you losing a bunch of people. That's why people run pyro. Now, Granary, it's not a great map because the doors are so far apart. Like, say you're holding right side and they push in on the left. Well, pyro has to run all the way over there, and by then he's already useless. They're in. But on Badlands, like, he can stand next to the two doorways and be in position and then push them into this hallway and your team can run. It's a small last. That's why pyro is strong at Badlands last, because it's small. Like, it's closed in, and he can get a lot of work done. Heavy is probably better at, that's why you run two pyros. Heavy is better at, like, a huge last, like Granary, but he's just good in general because he has a lot of health, and if they focus him, he eats a lot of the enemy fire before he dies. And he's good at holding last by himself. Like, once your team pushes out. Wow, I've just gone off on a rant on how to hold last pushes. In general, I would say do not off-class as a roamer. Learn to roam. Learn to be a good soldier. And when you want to off-class is when you're the first one to die at mid. If you're the first one to die at mid and their medic didn't die at mid, go spy or something. Because you have to make a play. And you wiped at mid. Those three things. If those three things happens, so if you're going to be the first person to spawn after a wipe, go spy, because something has to happen to their medic in order for you guys to not lose the whole round. If you're holding last, Soldier's really good at defending last. He holds doorways well, and he can push out well. I would say let your scouts off class most of the time for last. Alright, I'm going to open it up to chat questions now, and I'll scroll through a bit of the I'll scroll through some of these questions before your new ones come up. I need to shave? No, I don't. I don't. If you saw me without a beard, you would be like, dude, you need to grow a beard, because I look like an even fatter, like, little kid. Like, it's awful. My face was made for a beard. There's a sandwich toss script. I have auto aim. Script. Kind of want people to make scripts. Config. I guess I can look at your config, Sparky, if it's screwed up. beep. Do you like a Mackie? No. Advantage, you do play NG heavy. That's why you're on 2 pyros, of course. No, you don't. Will you do a lesson on counting Uber and spawn times? Yeah, I should probably do a lesson on how to do that, even though I explained it to you personally ad nauseum. Response, I know, with knowing crits versus Uber counting 2. How do I become invite level in Hat Fortress? Watch this show. That's how. I tab a lot as roamer, but that's kind of because I play med for 2 seasons. Yeah, that's smart. Roamer generally you want to keep track of that, since like medic bombing is a big part of your job. There's this Brawl player here in Spain that looks like your identical twin. Pics, please. I would love to see that. You won't know until it's almost too late or something. Count it. I feel like everyone could benefit from a season of medic. That's probably true. I think everyone should start playing TF2 as medic, probably. It'd just be good for your like game sense and stuff. God, no, I don't want to give myself an aneurysm. Alright, well, I guess you guys don't have any more questions, so I don't know, I guess that's it. Let's take a look at the brackets. Which I don't have on me anymore. There it is. So next, what would be next? The upper round 2 or lower round 1? Yeah, it's lower round 1 because classic mix-up has to, yeah. Or did it? Which got played first? Snakewater was 420 at 209. .420 at 3. Okay, so lower bracket round 1. We're going to watch Fully Torqued versus the Chess Club. And it's going to be Snakewater and Badlands. So that's what we have for probably tomorrow around this time. Like I said, I'm going to post this video soon and have the Steam group for when I'm streaming, I guess. Let me see if there were any. Banning people, he has a vid on that already. If you want a question, what do you think of Ruin changing his mids? Not really. I don't even know how to answer that. I don't think that Ruin really has like a mid plan. It didn't look like. Like I said, he's a very reactionary player from what I've seen. He doesn't like have a plan and execute it. He sees what the enemy plan is and reacts to it. So that's why he was playing like passively, not really picking a side at the mids, and then he just sees somebody aggressing and tries to kill them. That's basically how I see Ruin mids. Alright, that's it. I'm going to call it. I've got 10 minutes till after scrim. Jesus. 20 minutes of post-game. Wrap-up talk. Yep, that's it. I will see you guys next time. Have a good evening.